garden is one of my favorite places in Melbourne to go with my dog due to its natural diversity. Plenty of trees and flowers came into my eyes every time when I went there, attracting me to observe them through colors, size, and the sound at the park. Now, as we've already goes into November, the natural plants such as trees, grass, and flowers are all telling us that spring has already come to us. But I never considered about the connections between these things with either math or science in our daily lives. For example, it has always been a fixed object for me to think when the grass is heavily green, which means the summer already come to us. But I never knew why the phenomenon is like that, as I never had my own imagination about the nature. All the knowledge base that I've got were either from my mother or teachers who taught me in that way. Therefore, in this presentation, let's go through the language of science and math by observing the space and the environment itself. And let's think about, as an educator, how these things will encourage children to feel and learn through the world around them. By talking about the science and math, nature and the environment itself are the best examples for children to get knowledge, and they're always the best teachers for them to learn and experience. And the playing process could provide them with a connection context that makes them link back with their past experiences. And the process itself helps them to explore possibilities and create new meanings, further developing their mathematical thinking skills. For instance, at the Cotton Garden, I saw a building outside decorated with colorful squares, and some of those square bricks constitute other shapes, such as rhombus, trapezoid, and the rectangles, giving them the opportunities to see math knowledge in their early years development phase that outside their school times. The importance of the learning environment is another key consideration for children to get their first experience and skills in math and science thinking. By taking into account the pedagogical context, it draws the consideration of how students can be engaged in the place and how the place could shape and affect their thinking and learning process. Therefore, from my perspective, the garden can be defined as a bush kingdom that promotes early years of their outdoor knowledge learning. For example, children can be attracted by the shadow on the ground and the mirroring of themselves that can be seen from the outside of the building that might also encourage them to be interested in science. Moreover, creativity building is another benefit that the outdoor space and the natural environment provide to children, in which children can also find the language of science and math through the phenomena of the outdoor environment, since the environment and those physical objects that they find could give them an imagination opportunity. Therefore, as an educator, I always believe that the more they imagine according to their surroundings, that they will like to explore more and find more about the world. For instance, the animals in the garden, such as butterflies and the birds, could also be the real-life examples for them to explore the world around them, boosting their early years science knowledge based by understanding why butterflies are more willing to stay with flowers instead of others, and how birds fly and talk in their own languages through watching and listening. To be more specific, when birds start flying, children can see their open wings in the sky and get to know their function, which is to make the birds control their body movements and the balance. Thus, in short, from my perspective as an educator, for those who still in their early childhood, it is super significant to connect the outdoor space and playing in their learning process.